Hi guys, I am Isa, and today we're going to learn how to make a simple calculator with Python. So we're going to learn how to make something like this, where you can add numbers and subtract numbers. So the first thing we're going to do is to import the kinter, which is what we're going to be using to make it. So we can do root. So it's just going to be our window. Going to equal to, because it's a variable, so to kinter dot capital T and then K in these parentheses. Is that right thing to kinter? What you can do from to kinter import asterisk, which means import everything. Now instead of having to write to kinter.tk, you can just write tk. So if we run it by pressing Ctrl B, it's not going to do anything because it's actually opens the window and then immediately closes it. So we have to do root dot main loop. So the main loop, so that means it's gonna, like this. So we're going to make a variable named E. We're going to make it equal to, we're going to say entry, which is for inputs. I have to do root, and then, so I'm going to do width equals to 35, border width equals to 5, and we can do e.pack to put it onto the screen. And we have this. Let me see the border width to 10, but instead of using pack, we're going to do grid, which is what we're going to be using to make the calculator. We're going to do row equals 0, and then column equals 0. Maybe like the same thing. So I'm going to do column span. So how much things it can fit in, the same column. So column span equals to 3. Because we're gonna have 3 buttons, each under this text box. So we can write text on this text box and stuff. So let's make a variable named button underscore 1. We're going to equal to button to the root, comma, root text equals to 1. So text has to be a string, so we're going to do text equals to 1. And then pad x, once it's set to 40, it means pad x means padding x. So pad y is going to be equal to 20. We're going to do button 1 dot grid. So I'm going to do row equals 1, column equals 0. So row equals 1, column equals 0. I'm also going to add a command to this. So what happens? We're going to click the button, command, to be equal to, but we're going to use lambda. What to use this for is because usually when we're making functions in Python, I write the name of the function then these parentheses. But in kinter, when we're putting a command for a button, well, when we're using the function, we don't want the row. We have to not put the parentheses. So they will not be able to add any arguments. We can just use lambda to fix that. So then a colon, then the name of the function. So the function is going to be called, I'm going to do button click the parentheses. So before we run it, we're going to add the title to the window. I want to do root dot title. I want to say ObaTech calculator. So now if I run it, so it's gonna do that. So we're going to make the button click function. So we're going to do def button click click. I want to add a parameter named number. So we're going to do current. So the current numbers equals to e dot get. So what's inside of the what's written inside of the e. If I do print current, I'm good. Before I run it, I'm just gonna add an argument to this button click, which is going to be 1. If we run it, so if we text and press this 1 button, if we open up our console, we're going to show that text. So if I more stuff, press that 1 button, it's going to add in that more stuff. We can do e dot delete 0, comma and. So it's going to delete the last item of it. We're going to delete the items of it. If our item thing, I press this 1 button, it's going to remove everything from it. I'm going to do e dot insert 0. So this 0, and then the string of current. We're going to do plus the string value of number. So if I run it, press the 1 button, it's going to add the text 1 to it. So we can make the other buttons. I'm going to copy this button 1, then paste it 10 times. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to change the names. So button 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0, and their text. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 0. Now if I run the product, they don't show. Now that I haven't put them on the screen, I want to use that using the squared function. So I'm going to paste it. How many buttons there are, and then replace them. They also have all of these. But so now if I run it, so it's going to show the 0 button. So I was going to do that. So the button 2, the column is going to be 1, and then the first one column will be 2. This one the row will be 2, and the other 3s, and these the row will be 3. So the columns will be 0, 1, and 2 for every 3 of them. Now it's like this. So the last button is a button 0, 1. The row is going to be 4, and the column will be 0. Now we have all these buttons, but if we press any of the buttons, they just insert in 1. So we're going to change these and those button clicks and add in the parameters for the numbers they are for. Now, if we press the 1 button, it says 1. If we press the 2 button, it adds 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and so on. I'm going to add some more buttons. I'm going to put in 3 more buttons. There's one called button add. There's one called button subtract. We're just going to do button sub. It's going to be called button clear. So the button add is text is going to be plus and subtract. Text is going to be minus and button clear. Text is going to be clear. And so we're going to copy these. Add, subtract, and clear. The button add squares, so the row before a column will be 1. Button sub dot grid. Row before a column will be 2. The button clear dot grid. row will be 5 and the column will be 0. Here are these buttons there. But with the clear button, we need to get it more padding. So there's the clear button, increase its pad X to like 120. But if we do that, go see that it messes up all the other numbers. We're going to add in column span equals 3. Look how we did the text box. Now the clear button works. But if we press all these buttons, it just writes in 0. So we're gonna turn this button add 1. Instead, lambda is going to be a function named button add, and the same thing for this button sub. The first one is going to be button clear. If you run it, see that because there's no function with those names. So I want to do the button add. I want to do pass. We don't want to put in anything in the function yet, but we're going to put in something later. So that button add pass. Then for the button sub, for the button clear, so button sub and button clear. Oh, it doesn't show those errors anymore. So first we're going to do the button clear. With the button clear, we're just going to use e.delete. I'm just going to do e.delete 0, comma, and. So if we write a bunch of numbers and we press the clear button, it's going to delete all of the numbers. So we're going to do that. We're going to add in one more button. It's going to be the button equal. So I'm just going to copy the button clear, make it be the button equal, and change its text to equals, and change its name to button equal. So we're going to copy the button clear with code and button equal. So it will be 6 and column will be 0, column span will be 3. So I'm going to make the button equal function to do pass. I'll put these parentheses too. Just see if I run it. And then we also have an equals button. And also change these clear and equals pad y from 20 to like 7. Now they're shorter. I'm going to make a variable named action. Action. I want to make it equal to none. So in the button add, we're going to do global action to be able to use the action variable anywhere. We're going to do first number. First number equals to e.get. So let's just have the e text box. So we're going to do action equals to add. So I'm going to write global f underscore num. So I'm going to do f num equals to the integer value of first number. I'm going to do e.delete 0, and. Now if we write a number and press the plus button, and that number is going to disappear and be stored in the f_num variable. In the button equal, we're going to put in global action again. and then second underscore number goes to e dot get, and then e dot delete 0 comma and do if action equals to add. So if the action is add, e dot insert 0 comma f underscore num plus int second number. If we run this, we do 5 and press the plus button, then do 8, then press equals. It's gonna say 13. I'm gonna go into the button stop and copy all the code from the button add. I'm gonna take this action equal to sub, so you can subtract. Now the button equal to do if action equals to subtract or just sub. I'm gonna copy this e dot insert f then instead of plus in second number, we do minus in second number. We'll do 7 plus 5. It's going to be the same. And equals going to be the same. If we do 12 minus 6, and press the equals button, we're also going to make this e to be longer. This goes from 35 to 50. If we want to be bigger, this is up the buttons. So we're going to make the buttons bigger too. Set their pad x to 50. 55 in the pad y to 30. Buttons will be a bit bigger. Also do the same thing for all of the other buttons. But then that's all the other buttons except the button clear and button equal. So now they look like that. I'm just gonna make the clear button to be longer. And change it from 120 to 150. The equal button will be from 120 to 160. Now they're longer. I'm going to make them a bit more longer. To 170. Now they're long. So we can still do the addition. If I do 50 plus 50 equals, I'm gonna say 100. We'll do something like 90 minus 50 equals, I'm gonna say 40. So always that's the end of today's tutorial. If you enjoyed, so leave a like and subscribe. So bye.